friends, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Natalia Leigh. I'm an indie author and the managing editor at Enchanted Ink Publishing, and today we are doing a low-key, cozy, kind of slow, relaxing release day vlog. So today is Friday, December 20th, and the second book in my cozy romance quartet came out today. I have been quite excited about it, and I'm just happy that the day is here. The book has been ready for weeks now, and it has been in the hands of ARC readers, and I am just so happy that it is out. It is available on Amazon. Those ARC readers are now able to review it on Amazon, and everything is going well. Everything is going the way that it should. Now, this is going to be a very, like I said, low-key vlog because I don't do a whole lot for my release days. I, of course, always love seeing people really make a party out of their release day, and I think that can be a lot of fun. But for me, that's just not really the method I choose. I've been publishing relatively quickly. My previous book came out at the end of October, so I had just under 2 months between releases. Now the third book in this quartet will be out in February, and the fourth and final book will be out in April, if everything goes well. So one of the reasons I don't put a whole lot of effort and attention into release days is that I just have a lot right now, and they are kind of becoming just another day in the publishing process, even though I look forward to them and I enjoy them. And, you know, Greg and I try to go out to dinner or celebrate in some way, you know, the release of another book. For the most part, they're pretty cozy and low-key. So far today, I have not done anything for my release. It has been another weird day. It has been, like, the last few months have been super busy for us in terms of not only the business but life as well. For example, we found out on Monday that our furnace is damaged and has been leaking natural gas, so we had to have an HVAC person out on Monday. We just had another natural gas person out today to double check, and he is literally just finishing up. I think Greg is outside with him right now. So we've had that type of just like life stuff going on, a lot of business stuff, accounting, prepping for tax season. Like, life has just been really, really busy, and that's what we've been doing today. Like I said, we had to have another natural gas person out because of that leak. So have not done anything for my release yet. I am going to start by writing up a newsletter. It would have been a nice thing to do that earlier this week and have it queued and ready to go. I use the free version of MailChimp, and I think I have, like, I don't know, 50 newsletter subscribers now? I'm not sure. I'll have to go check. But anyway, that is the first thing that we are going to go do now that we got a little bit of business stuff done this morning. I did some banking stuff. I did some emails and contracts, just like little admin things. I am almost done with my editing for the year. I have never given myself a holiday vacation, and this year I am changing that. So I have finished up the work that I needed to do for my copy edit, my last big copy editing client. I have a blurb editing client that I need to just review those blurbs and get those over to her, and then my editing work will essentially be done until the beginning of January. So I'm so happy, so excited that I was able to not only plan this time for myself, but protect it, because I'm the type of person who, if somebody comes along and says I really need my book edited, I really try to fit people in because I understand how important their projects are to them. But I am having time off and I am so excited about it. But anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling. Let's go ahead and go get a newsletter written, and then we will see what I get up to next on this release day.
You do not have to be good. Even the best of us have been misunderstood.
Okay, a little update. I ended up writing my newsletter and sending that out to my newsletter subscribers. I don't know what I mentioned before, but at this point I have 62 newsletter subscribers. My mailing list is growing very slowly but surely. It seems like kind of everything regarding these books has been a slow process. And I talked about this in my video 2 videos back, I want to say, that was about like starting as a new author, you know, with a pen name and what my experience has been so far. So if you haven't watched that, I would recommend it. I open up a lot about just, you know, what the last year and a half has been for me, my, you know, attempts to grow on social media, TikTok, Instagram, all of that. So I will link that down below. But I sent that newsletter out. I put together an Instagram post and posted that. But since it's release day, I think I want to do kind of like a 2-post day, and I want to put a reel together. I'll be honest though, I am not super creative when it comes to posting on social media. I have a few things that I tend to kind of do over and over. Not that they necessarily work for me. And at this point, I am still a faceless Instagram presence. So I take photos of the books, I do little flip throughs, I do, you know, aesthetic images, stuff like that, but I still have never shown my face on my Instagram. So that kind of limits me in terms of what I can post, but I am going to put together a reel. And this week, at least starting, today's the 20th, so starting on the 17th, I've been running a Kindle countdown deal on the first book in the series. So that has been 99 cents for the past 3 days, and then it has 3 more days. So I've been pushing that this week on my social media as well, just trying to let people know that if they haven't picked up the book, they can get it this week for 99 cents. And a few purchases have been coming in. It's really hard to know where they're coming from, if they're seeing me on Instagram Reels and then purchasing a copy, if they're just stumbling across my books on Amazon, if they are finding me via the Amazon ads that I have running. So still kind of question marks over my head right now in terms of where my sales even originate from. But I will be doing a reel. I think I'm going to do some EIP work first. I want to finish up those blurbs that I was telling you about, get those out to the author since today's Friday. And starting fresh on Monday, I don't want any editing work over my holidays. I will be doing some admin work. You know, we're still going to have some projects like finishing up cover design, editing, formatting. Like there will still be projects that are kind of trickling in. So I won't be 100% gone, but I do want to make sure all of my editing is squared away by end of day today. So gonna take a break from release day stuff, go ahead and do blurbs and admin stuff, and then try to figure out what to post on Instagram Reels.
I'm no good at making small talk, but do you mind if I sit down? Indiana was a long shot, and I could use another round. I don't mean to be too bold, no, it's not at all like me. But when you're making your way home, would you like some company?
Hello friends, and happy Saturday. I didn't check in with you again last night, but I did end up posting a reel on Instagram like I said I wanted to do, and then I made some potato and spinach curry, and Greg and I watched Schitt's Creek last night. We absolutely love that show. This is our second time watching it, and I figured I would kind of take you along with me this weekend as well, turn this into like a partial release day / weekend writing vlog. I am hoping to hit 50K this weekend, maybe even today. I have not written anything yet. I just sat down with my laptop. Greg and I ran some errands this morning. We went out for breakfast, so it was kind of a long morning. We're home now, and I am ready to start writing. When I last checked in with you, that last vlog, I will go ahead and link it down below. I was working on finishing, hopefully, are you coming up? Yep, here she is. No, I can't put this down. I'm working toward finishing the first draft of the third book in my cozy romance quartet. And I think I've been working on this for a week or so. I can't remember the exact day I started on it again, but when I picked this up, I think it was at between 31 and 33,000 words, and I have added about 15 or 16,000 since then. It's currently sitting at 48,519 words, and I just broke into Act 4. So in that previous vlog, I talked about how I was very, very close to breaking into Act 4, but I mentioned how with these books, there's a lot more that I add to them that is not in my outline, and that is exactly what happened. I ended up adding 15 or 16,000 words that essentially wasn't really going to be in there to begin with. And now I'm finally into Act 4, and I think I might hit 50K today, which is very exciting. Even sitting at 48K, this book is longer than book 2, which is fantastic. I love that each book is getting longer than the one before it. So we are going to start writing and see if we can hit 50K, if not today, then hopefully tomorrow, and we'll get to celebrate a little 50K vlog as well. So again, thank you for being here. You might see Mew down here, and I'm gonna figure out how I'm gonna write with her perched on my lap.
Some days are good, some years are not. Knuckles on wood, nerves up in knots. Karma keeps me cautious.
Hello friends, happy Sunday. It is Sunday evening, and I have done a very poor job of vlogging this weekend, but I'm at least going to try to wrap it up today so that we can start a fresh vlog tomorrow. I am this close to kind of being off for the holidays, and I say kind of because I think I mentioned previously that editors will still be turning in projects. We still have some cover stuff going on. We still have formatting stuff going on. So it's not like EIP is shutting down totally for the holidays. There will be things happening, but in terms of my personal editing work, all I have to do tomorrow is write the reader report for the copy edit I just finished, and I will be done until January. And I am so excited. I have not had a vacation like this since probably the summer after I graduated college and I didn't have a job and didn't know what I was doing with my life. That was probably the last time I actually had a full vacation. So I am very much looking forward to it, but I wanted to let you know where I'm at in this book because, very exciting news, I hit 50K in this manuscript. And actually I hit it yesterday when I was writing, and I wrote today as well. It was super cozy. I was sitting over there by the fire. I had the chair pulled up, I had tea, the fire going, because it was kind of cold here today, and it was just such a wonderful, relaxing day. But as of right now, it's the 22nd, and I don't know if I mentioned it in this vlog, but I definitely talked about it in my previous vlog. I want to be done with this book by December 26th, and you might hear Greg talking in the background. He's playing a game. My goal is to have it finished by Thursday the 26th, and then I was going to take a full week off and then start the editing process in early January. I don't remember the specific date. However, this book has gotten longer than I originally intended it to be. It's longer than I even expected it was going to be last week when I was working on it. So I'm currently on chapter 32. I am 51,474 words into this book, so it is at least 4,000 words longer than book 2 at this point, and we are still growing. There's a lot left to do. I mentioned that I had just recently broken into Act 4. This chapter 32 will be the second chapter in Act 4, and then after that, I still have 6 major scenes to write, and within those scenes, we might have multiple chapters, because I'm learning that I often like to tell the story and show different scenes from multiple points of view. So I will often have a couple of chapters per scene just based on who is having like the biggest emotional response in that scene. So at least 6 big scenes. This chapter is not included in those 6. So a very minimum of 7 chapters left. And it's the 22nd. So I am really not thinking I'm going to have this done by the 26th. I have hit my word count. My goal was to write 1,000 words a day, and I thought by the time I hit 50K, this book will be done, but it is just not done. It's probably going to be closer to 60,000 words is my guess right now. And I think that week of wiggle room I built into my calendar is going to get used, at least partially. The 26th, for Christmas, Greg and I will just be hanging out, the 2 of us, and then we're going to see family the day after Christmas on the 26th. So I doubt I'll write that day because our family lives a couple hours away, and whenever we go to visit, it's like a whole day, whole thing. So by the time we get, home in the evening, it's dark, it's cold, we have to feed the animals, feed the horses, potentially put their jackets on, do all the things, and by that point, I probably won't feel like writing. So if we don't include the 26th, I'll have the 23rd, 24th, 25th, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, and that would give me like 1 day off. So maybe I try to finish by like the 29th, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 29, that would give me 6 days. I don't think I'm even going to be able to finish by the 29th because again, that would require writing over a chapter per day essentially, because I know I have a minimum of 7 chapters left. So this book is just taking longer, and as I kind of finish this book up and start determining how much work it's going to need in the editing process, that's when I'm going to have to get really serious about my dates, because this book is up for pre-order. This is book 3 and book 4 are up for pre-order. I do have some pre-orders on these books. I would really prefer to not have to move anything back. One, because I want to slowly build up confidence in readers who are finding me, and I want my readers to be confident that my books are going to come out when I say they're going to come out, but also I don't want to be penalized by Amazon, and I don't want them to take away my ability to set up pre-orders for a year. So this book right now is supposed to come out in mid-February, which means if I finish it by early January, I would have, I don't know how long to even edit this book. Let me look at my little publishing calendar here. My plan at this point was to start editing on January 3rd and give myself 2 weeks to edit this book. But because it's getting longer and longer, we will see what becomes of it and how this schedule might need to be modified to fit the book that I actually wrote versus the book I thought I was going to write. So at this point, it is 6 p.m. I am going to go heat up some leftovers. I have some of that potato spinach curry left over that is just like, it's good the day I make it, but then in the couple days afterward, it just gets so much better once it has time to sit in the fridge. So that's what we're having tonight, having some curry leftovers. And hopefully tomorrow on Monday, I will start a brand new vlog and take you along with me as I finish this book. All right, thank you so much for watching this vlog. It was, I think, pretty short and sweet, very relaxing release day, and 2 things to celebrate, my book coming out and hitting 50K in book 3. So thank you so much for being here for this vlog, and I hope to see you again very soon. Bye.